Hello everybody and welcome to the video. Today I am going to take 11th standard joint stock company second chapter, the further part. In my last video I had taken the introduction and everything. So now quickly we'll move towards types of companies. Okay, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and it's already absolutely free. Okay, so let's get started. Types of companies. Types of companies. On the basis of incorporation, there can be two types of companies, statutory company and registered company. Then on the basis of number of members, okay, how many members should be there. So on basis of that, private company is there, public company is there, one person company is there. Then on the basis of liability of members, company limited by shares, company limited by guarantee, unlimited liability company. And on the basis of control, holding company is there and subsidiary company is there. And other types of companies, there are government company, foreign company, dormant company, listed company, small company, associate company, company not for profit. Okay, let's see further what they are saying. The following are the important types of companies on the basis of incorporation. Now, what is statutory company? Let us see. These companies are incorporated by a special act passed by the central or state legislative, that is Reserve Bank of India, State Bank of India, Unit Trust of India, Life Insurance Corporation. Means we can say they are mostly under government. Okay. Then registered company. These companies are incorporated under the Companies Act 2013 or any previous company law. Now these can be said as private companies in short. Then on the basis of number of members. Private company, section 268. Private company means a company having a minimum unpaid capital as may be prescribed and which by its articles. Okay. Now restrict the rights of members to transfer its share, if any. They cannot transfer their share. Okay. They have some restrictions. Then restrict the number of its members up to 200. Only up to 200 members should be in the company. They should be the shareholders. So restrictions is there, suppose. Then prohibits any invitation to the public to subscribe or for any securities or the deposits of the company. Now, securities, financial instruments like share, bonds, debentures, etc. issued by the company. That's the meaning given. Then all the above said conditions should be fulfilled by a company to be called as private company. If any one of the condition is not fulfilled by the company, it shall be considered as public company. It must add the words private limited at the end of its name. Okay, now you must have heard these kind of names like H&T private limited, isn't it? So these are the examples of private limited. They put at the end PVT limited or private limited. A private company may be a company limited by shares or a company limited by guarantee or an unlimited company. Then let's see what is public company. According to section 271, public company means a company which is not a private company. A public company has no restrictions on the transfer of its shares. Okay, they have no restrictions. Then a minimum number of members should be 7. Even if there are minimum number of members of 7, it can be registered. Then has to have minimum paid up share capital as may be prescribed by its articles. Then does not prohibit any invitation or acceptance of deposits from the public. Then one person company. Now what is one person company? According to section 262, a one person company is a company which has only one person as a member. Now by the statement only we can understand only one person is there. It is private limited company and it has to fulfill and comply with all the formalities of private company unless otherwise specified in the act or rule. Now if there are any rules or regulation, it has to be fulfilled by the person if any rules are laid down. Then the concept of one person company was introduced to the Companies Act 2013. In 2013, this act was introduced. Okay, one person company. It is operated by a single promoter who has limited liability. Then over here the liabilities are limited. It is better form of business organization than the sole proprietorship because the liabilities of the member is limited to the extent of his capital in the company. Then a one person company can have one or more directors. If they want, they can exceed also. There is no need to hold annual general meeting. Now only one person is there, so no need to hold annual general meeting. On the basis of liabilities of members. Then company limited by shares. Section 222. These types of companies have a share capital and the liability of each member is limited to the paid up part of face value of shares purchased by members. During the existence of the company or in the event of winding up, a member can be called upon to pay the unpaid remaining amount on the share or purchases by him or her. A company limited by the shares may be a public company or a private company. These are the most popular types of companies. Now, these are the companies which have share capital and the liability of each member is limited, okay, and to the unpaid part of the face value of shares purchased by the members. Then company limited by guarantee. Now, section 221. These types of companies may or may not have a share capital, okay. Then each member promises to pay a fixed sum of money. Now, each member brings some amount or capital money specified in the memorandum of the event of liquidation of the company for the payment of the debts and liabilities. Or suppose if there are any debts or liabilities of the company, from their pockets they will bring the money and they'll use in business. Generally, such companies are not profit-making companies because they are formed for the purpose of promotion of art, science, culture, charity, sports, or some other similar purposes. Now, for example, your schools and colleges could be registered under these kind of companies, okay, which their aim is not to earn profit but to provide service to the society. Then unlimited liability company, section 292. A company not having any limit on the liabilities of its members is termed as unlimited company. The members are fully liable to cover the debts of the company. The unlimited company can be either a private or a public company or a one person private company. On the basis of control, holding company. Okay, now what is holding companies? Under section 246, a holding, now these sections should be proper, okay, while writing the answers. If you write wrong sections, the whole answer will go wrong. So better if you know, then only you put the sections in the answers, otherwise don't write it. Okay, it's better. So better you write correct sections of these. A holding company is a company which holds more than one half of the total share capital or other company has powers to appoint or remove all or a majority of directors of another company. They have holding, okay, they are the main company. The holding company is a company which holds more than one half of the total share, means all of the half of the shares are owned by this only company, okay, this only part of company. Half of the shares are there with them of another company and has powers to, and as compared to the other companies who must be the partner of the other members who must be the partner of the company. So the other company, as compared to the other company, their powers are more. So they have the right to remove or majority of directors of another company. Then subsidiary company. A subsidiary company is just the opposite of holding company. It is a company which is controlled by a holding company. Now, for example, you must have heard one company is there, it has purchased another company, isn't it? So, one company, the holding company, how they purchase another company, they take over the maximum shares of the another company. So, whoever is the holding or has the most of the number of shares, they are called as holding companies. Whereas whose the number of shareholdings are less, they can be said as subsidiary company. It is a company which is controlled by a holding company. Such control is possible because the holding company purchases more than one half of the share capital of subsidiary company or has powers to appoint or remove all or majority of its directors. That's what I said above. Other types. Government company. Now, section 246, government company means any company in which not less than 51% of the paid up share capital is held by the central government or the state government or governments, or partly by central government and partly by one or more state governments or subsidiary company or a government company. Now, any government companies means any company in which not less means they should be at least 51% of the paid off share capital by these companies. Okay, means these government sectors. So, government company may be a private company or a public company. In fact, it is a company registered and incorporated under the Companies Act 2013. Example, Hindustan Machine Tools Limited, Steel Authority of India Limited, then Bharat Heavy Electrical Limited, then Coal India Limited, Natural Oil Natural Gas Corporation Limited. Then foreign company. What is foreign company? Section 242, foreign company means a company incorporated outside India. Incorp means they are registered outside of India. Okay, but having a place of business in India. Now there are few. If you go and purchase some product from a shop, you must be have seen that the manufacturer company's address is different, but and their registration address is different, and they are selling in India. Okay, so foreign company means a company which is registered outside of India but have a place of business. They must be manufacturing, they must be selling, they must be having some place from there where they must be conducting the business, like Nestle India Limited, Bata India Limited, Whirlpool Corporation, etc. Then dormant company. If a company is registered for a future project or has not made any significant accounting transaction in last 2 years, means any transaction is not done, monetary transaction is not done from last 2 years, or has not filed financial statements, or they have not paid or made financial statements or annual, or they have not paid income tax also from last 2 years, after making application US 455 can be called as dormant company. Means it was, the business was on standstill for at least 2 years. Then listed company. What is listed company? Section 252, listed company means a company which has any of its securities listed or any organized stock exchanges. A public limited company may be a listed company or an unlisted company. Okay, whose securities are listed on or any recognized stock exchange. You must have seen the stock markets, isn't it? So over there they say na, there's this shares, this company share is going up, this company share is going down. So that's known as listed company. A public limited company may be a listed company or unlisted company. The listed companies will also have to follow SEBI guidelines and provision of the Companies Act. Now, if you have seen the Z Business channel, it's a news channel where they give all the information related to stock markets and all. So, over there it should be registered. SEBI, Security and Exchange Board of India, is established to protect the interest of the investors in securities and regulate the security market. Now, small company. As per section 286 of the Act, small company means a company other than a public company. Now, paid up share capital of which does not exceed 50 lakh or such higher amount as may be prescribed. Okay, or turnover of which as per its last profit and loss account does not exceed 2 crores or such higher amount as may be prescribed. In private company, one person company, a company other than public company can be a small company. Then associate company. What is associate company? Section 26. An associate company is one over which another company exercises a significant degree of control, which is less than the degree of control exercised over a subsidiary company. Now, associate company in relation to another company means a company in which that other company has a significant influence, but which is not subsidiary company. Okay, now like holding company and subsidiary company are there, so these are the also company, but they do not have significant influence. For the purpose of this clause, significant influence means control of at least 20% of the total capital or of the business decision under an agreement. Now, company not for profit. Under section 8, such companies are registered. Okay, now company not for profit means their aim is not to earn profit but to provide service. Then distinction between a private company and public company. Let us see, I'll just read them out. Okay, private company, public company definition. A private company is a company by its articles restricts the right to transfer its share if any limits the number of its members to 200. Okay, the limitations are there up to 200. Then a public company means a company which is not a private company. Then a number of members. In private company, minimum 2 must be there, maximum 200 should be there. And in public company, minimum 7 and maximum no limit is given. The number of directors. In a private company, a minimum number of 2 directors are essential. Okay. And in public company, a minimum number of 3 directors is essential. Now, then in private company, rights to transfer the share. Now, share in private company are not freely transferable, and in public company they are freely transferable. And issue of prospectus, in private company cannot issue a prospectus and public company can issue a prospectus. Okay. Then ending words. In a compulsory, it is compulsory to add the word private limited after the name of private company. It means the word private limited has to be there, and it is compulsory to add the word limited after the name of. Now if a company's name, after their name the word is there only limited, okay, yeah, ltd, so that can be said as public company. But the word private or pvt comes along with the limited word, that can be said as private company. Means they have to mention it whether it is private or public. Now comparative study forms. Now these are the distinction between sole trading, joint Hindu family business, partnership firm, joint stock company and cooperative society. So this, all these points are there. I'll just read them out if you want. Okay. Meaning, sole trading concern. A business organized, owned and controlled by one person. Joint Hindu family. A business organized, owned and run by family member of a joint Hindu family. And now all these explanation I've given in my last video. Okay, I'm just reading this out. Partnership firm. A business organization owned and run by 2 or more persons collectively or jointly. And joint stock company, an incorporated association which is an artificial person created by law having perpetual succession. And cooperative society, it is voluntary association of individuals which is formed for providing services to members. Then regarding registration, what they are saying. Now sole trading concern, it's not necessary to register. Joint Hindu family is also not necessary to register. Partnership firm is also not necessary to register, but it is compulsory in Maharashtra to register. Okay, only in Maharashtra. And joint stock company, it has to be registered all over India, and cooperative society should also be registered all over India. Then number of members in sole trading, only one will do. Joint Hindu family business, there is no limit of minimum and maximum number of members. And in a partnership firm, maximum to maximum 50. And joint stock company, private company, minimum to maximum 200, and public company, minimum 7, maximum no limit. And for cooperative society, minimum 10 numbers, maximum no limit. Then liability of sole trading, unlimited liability. Then for joint Hindu, Karta unlimited, land liability of other co-parsensors, it is limited. Then for partnership firm, limited liability of partners, liability of partners is unlimited, and joint and several. Okay. And joint stock company, limited liability of members, and cooperative society, limited liability of members. Then stability, lack of stability, business may be affected due to death, insolvency of trader, due to death of insolvency of members. Lack of stability may be affected, then only last two, cooperative society and this joint stock company, says that stable business, even the members die, nothing happens. Then capital, sole trading capital is limited. Then over here, second one, joint Hindu family, they are saying it is comparatively limited. Then comparatively more than STC and JHFB, but less than joint stock company and cooperative society. Then over here, huge capital is put in. And lastly, cooperative ka they are saying cooperatively more than STC, JHFB partnership, but less than joint stock company. Then secrecy, everywhere secrecy has to be there, but in cooperative society and this joint stock company, there is less secrecy. Okay. Then management, sole trader has to take care. Then in joint Hindu family, karta has to take care of the management. Then in joint stock company, all partners are equally liable. And over here, board of directors constitute the management of business, and cooperative society management committee is the managing body of cooperative society. Government control, sole trading, no government control is there on the working. Then there is less government control over working in joint in the family form. Then there is limited government control over the working. Then there is more government control over working, and there is more government control over working in cooperative society. Now, summary. There are different forms of business organization such as sole trading concern, joint into family business, partnership firm, limited liability partners, joint stock company, cooperative society. Then what is joint stock company? A joint stock company is a registered association which is an artificial legal person having an independent legal entity with a perpetual succession. A common capital comprises of transferable shares and carrying limited liability, having a common seal in optional of a company. Joint stock company is a formal form of business organization developed after Industrial Revolution 1960. Now, there are different types of companies as I explained above. On basis of incorporation, statutory, registered. Then on basis of number of members, private company, public company. On basis of liability, company limited by shares, limited by guarantee, and unlimited company. Then on the basis of control, holding company and subsidiary company. And other kinds, government company, foreign company, dormant company, listed company, small company, associate company, company not for profit. Now all these I have explained above. If you have any problem, how was the video, do comment down in comment box and do share it with your friends if they are also having any problem in understanding the lessons. Here is the exercise. If I'll get time, I'll solve all these answers also along with you, but by that time you also try to answer all these questions. In my next video I will be taking this lesson, formation of a company, okay, third chapter of 11th standard. So thank you, bye bye, and do give a like to this video and do share with your friends. Thank you, bye bye. Soon I will be back with another awesome video.